looks like there's not going to be a Surface Duo 3 in 2022, and I think that that's 100% okay. And you're probably head scratching, wondering why we always want the new stuff. Two important reasons. One, if you've paid attention to this device since it's come out, it's markedly better since when it came out. They've been making improvements, regular software updates. I said from the beginning, one of the things they needed to do for the Surface Duo 2 to succeed was to prove that they can actually commit to a product and support it, update it, make it better, and not just dump it. That's one thing that Microsoft has done for years, and I think it's one of those side effects of just having too much money and the ability to try and start out too many new projects. They start them, and then they don't have any follow-through. So when it comes to this one, I was really glad to see that they've been really good with the updates. That's something that I think has been great. But also, this is a very niche product. So the second prong to this is, I don't think we need a new one every year. One, it's going to keep the prices high because they're continually making new stuff. Two, the adoption rate's going to be low because mostly this is a very fringe enthusiast type of device. I don't really think it's having quite the impact on people's wallets in the enterprise sector as they thought originally. But there's a place for it. I think people largely like it. And here's the other great thing. It gets into more people's hands. The biggest thing you can do for this phone and this product line is to get it in more people's hands. Take a page out of Samsung's book and keep supporting it and keep lowering the prices. I think that that's a great strategy because the more people that use this, the more find out, hey, it's actually usable. It's actually pretty neat. It actually works really well, and it's not a piece of junk. They set a really bad tone with the original Surface Duo. When that one came out, it was essentially dead on arrival. It had so many problems. It had a lot of negative stigma going into the launch. It had outdated hardware. And then it took forever to get any meaningful updates to really fix it. So it's funny though, the actual Surface Duo now is a pretty decent phone. Part of their Prime Day stuff, you can get one on Amazon right now, 128 gigabyte storage model, brand new for $459. That's pretty good considering it was basically a $1,500 phone when it came out. There was a lot I liked about it. There were some things that definitely need to be improved, and they have improved a lot of that stuff, especially since it's running Android 11 now. The software experience very akin to what you get on the Surface Duo 2, and a lot of people prefer that form factor over this one because it doesn't have the big camera bump on the back. So now is actually probably the best time in the history of the original Surface Duo to pick one up. It could be a really good experience for you. So that's just some discussion on that. But when it comes to the Surface Duo 2, they didn't do that. When this one came out, they dropped it. The day it came out, 700 meg update. The next day, it had like a 300 meg update. And it was a substantially changed experience over what a lot of the reviewers had gotten with the pre-release software. And then they kept coming. We kept getting more software updates. We kept getting more security patches. We kept getting more fixes, adding more features. This has been a real treat when it comes to a Microsoft because a lot of their products haven't been treated that way in the past. And this being such a premium high-tier product, a lot of people thought that they were going to do the same thing. They thought, okay, the Duo got the silent treatment. It wasn't supported very well. The Duo 2, why should I waste my money? Well, they didn't do that. And all of this, I think, creates a really, really good position for the phone, but also for the future and the longevity of the product line. So I think Microsoft has realized you don't need a new phone every year. I mean, what really is there substantially that they're going to fix between this year and next year? We'll end up the same way that we get nickeled and dimed with Samsung with like the Fold and the Flip. You know, when it comes to the Fold and the Flip, they're not really making a whole lot of improvements. We were hoping with the Fold 4 that we were going to get an internal S Pen slot for it. We were thinking that maybe we might get some significantly upgraded cameras. Maybe it might make a little bit bigger screen on the outside, but really they're not doing a lot of substantial stuff. And that's kind of a complacency thing, I think. But also, there's just not a lot of exciting things that change year over year. You look at the iPhone, they don't make a lot of big changes. Most phones don't make a lot of big changes year over year anymore because they just aren't available. It seems like now what we're getting is kind of an S series. If you think of what the iPhone used to be, you get the iPhone and they would put the new stuff. The next iteration would be the S where they would do a bunch of performance upgrades. And then the following year, we would get more substantial updates again. And I think a lot of the market really is kind of leaning towards that. And it's a perfect for the Duo because we don't need a new Duo every year. I'm glad that they're refining this. I'm glad they're building on that. And that actually helps out for the next one. When they do these process refinements, when they fix these things, when they do the updates to the UI, when they improve the cameras, whenever they do these things, it lays the groundwork for an even more successful carry-on when we get the Duo 3. Plus, it shows good long-term support, which makes people more inclined to buy something. So I like what they're doing. I don't think we need a new Duo every year. I do think there were a lot of substantial improvements from the Duo to the Duo 2, But most of those have been made now, so largely I don't think it would be as meaningful for a Duo 3. So I'm happy with where we're at now, because also this allows it to keep getting supported and for more people to get them in their hands. For instance, you can get it for $1,000 now instead of $1,500. That's a big deal. Whenever it first came out, $1,500, $1,600, a lot of people were not interested in paying that much. And a lot of people didn't really believe in the product. A lot of people didn't think it was going to be supported. A lot of people thought it was just going to be dead on arrival, didn't care about it, and didn't want to pay that kind of money. Well, when you get to the $1,000 price point on this, I think it makes it a lot better sell. And I imagine probably as soon as we get closer to the holidays, Black Friday, they might have some even more sales. It wouldn't surprise me to see this for $8.99 or maybe a $7.99 when it comes around to maybe Black Friday for a one-day sale. So if you keep your eye on it and you do some shopping around, then you might can get a better deal later on this year. But even at $9.99, it's a much more better proposition, and it makes people more inclined to go buy it, especially after it's been about 8 or 9 months. They see that it's been supported. They see that there's been a lot of updates, and largely people have a pretty good positive response about it. Even some reviewers have gone back and re-looked at it, like Mr. Mobile, and said that it's a significantly improved device. I've looked at it again. It is much better than when it came out, and I think that at $1,000, I would rebuy this again, no problem. I wish it was $1,000 on launch, but when you have new products that come out like this, they're novel. They got to spend a lot of money to build these things. They're not really getting the scale of economy like you get with like Samsung and their phones, because they make millions more of them. Well, when you buy and build millions more, you can sell them a little bit cheaper, get a little bit better build price on it. So now I think it's a good spot. And also for the Surface Duo 3, if we get one sometime in 2023, then we can take advantage of some of the technology improvements. We can get a better device, maybe even with the supply chain issues, if they improve, we can get maybe better manufacturing costs, so it'll get passed on to us. Maybe it won't be $1,600 when it comes out. But I think they've seen the writing on the wall. I think that they kind of have their finger on the pulse of the market right now and realize that there's not a whole lot of benefit with the year-over-year upgrade, and they're really focusing on just making this one the best product it can be. And I think they're doing a good job with that. So all that to say, I don't have any heartburn over no Duo 3 in 2022. I don't think anyone should really be too heartburn about it. If you want one, grab this one and then enjoy it and get to learn the experience, because it is fun. It's a fun device. It's a very useful device. It's great for multitasking, productivity, keeping on top of your schedule, all the things that you want to do. The dual screens are such a pleasure to be able to use them at the same time. The Surface Pen, especially the Slim Pen 2, it's been a really nice addition. So there's a lot here to like. And I've been on the Surface Duo bandwagon since the beginning, and the Surface Duo 2, bought both of them myself. These are not sent to me. I just like the device. I think it has a lot of value. So that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, then please go down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.